Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about separation of substances. So when we listen the title separation of substances, in your mind you may get questions like why do we need to separate the substance? So coming to a question, why do we need to separate the substances? Yes, the main reason to separate the substances is from a mixture. You may not want it, you can consume only one part of the mixture and the other part of the mixture is useless to you. For example, when you filter the tea leaves are useless. We don't consume the tea leaves, like we only drink tea. So we will filter tea leaves from the tea mixture and we only consume tea. Similarly, you may have a purpose of separating a mixture to reuse the second product. Like we will churn the curd and remove the butter so that we can reuse the butter for eating and to make ghee by heating the butter you will get ghee, right? To make ghee or to use butter for eating, we will separate the butter from the curd. Similarly, um, we also separate good vegetables and fruits from the rotten vegetables and fruits. Why? Because they are spoiled, they are toxic, they are no longer edible to eat. So we will be separating substances depending upon our purpose. See, it is very simple, right? Similarly, there are separate methods or various methods to separate the substances. So there are various methods to separate the substances like hand picking method, threshing method, winnowing method, shiving method, sedimentation plus decantation, filtration, evaporation and condensation. So there are many methods like this. So in this video, we are going to discuss two or more methods. Okay. Yeah. Coming to the first method, hand picking method. Hand picking method is a very simple method. Using your hands, you are going to separate the substances, right? You will separate your classworks and homeworks daily, right? So that you can revise from your classwork and complete your homework. That is a hand picking method. You can see your mom, while folding the clothes, she will separate all your clothes. One side, your brother or sister's clothes to the other side, her own clothes to the other side. So while folding, she will separate out all the bundles of different family members, right? That is a hand picking method. Anytime if you went with your parents to the grocery store or market, you can see them. They will be picking substances like vegetables, fruits, or any other required things with their hands from all other stock or things available in the market, right? Have you ever seen your mom will be checking tomatoes once or twice, picking and touching with her hand, seeing whether it is fresh to eat or not, right? That is a hand picking method. With your bare hands, you will separate the substances. There, she is separating the tomatoes from the remaining tomatoes to check whether it is good to buy to bring home and cook or not. So, this is first method, hand picking method. Second method, threshing method. It is not always possible to separate the substances with your hand. Have you ever seen how they will be plucking paddy from the fields or wheat from the fields? They are very small, minute things, right? How they will pluck. So this is how they separate seeds or grains from their plants. That method is called threshing method. In this threshing method, they will take a bulk of the plants, they will beat on the floor until the grains are separated from the plants. This method is called threshing method. Usually, all the crops, grain crops like paddy, wheat, maize, bajra, all other millets are separated using this method. It's very simple, right? You can see in old movies where you can see how these grains are separated from the plants. You can ask your parents, they will surely know. Nowadays, we are not living in village, so you might not have seen, but for sure, you can ask your parents how paddy is taken out or harvested from the plant. They will explain you, or you can search in the YouTube also to know how paddy is separated from the plants. Okay. Third one is winnowing. Winnowing is a method used to separate heavy particles and light particles. Okay, in this method, what we'll do is they will be continuously uh, they will continuously churning the stalks so that the light part and the heavy part get separated. So you know that paddy will be having husk on it, wheat will be having husk on it. What they will do is they will take a flat sheet like thing, on that they pour the grains and they will just shake it so that the heavy part and the husk light skin part get separated, and the light skin part will be blown off. So by the wind force, the light parts will go away and the heavier parts will be remaining us. This is a method known as winnowing. And how many we have done? Hand picking, threshing, and winnowing. So once again we will revise what is hand picking. Hand picking is not but you will use your hands to separate the substances. Threshing. Threshing is nothing but you will beat on the floor or on a hard substance so that they get separated. Third one is winnowing. You just shake the substance or the material or the mixture so that the heavier one will stay back and lighter one will be removed by the flow of a wind. Hope you understand. And fourth one is shiving. Yeah, shiving is also separation of heavy and lighter things but in different manner. Have you any time made rangoli? So you might have known that the sand is shived so that the soft sand will fall for us and the hard rock like materials will be left in the filter, right? This is called shiving. So you will shive the sand or suji to make upma. Sometimes some people will shive the suji so that the nice suji fall down and the rough suji or the lumps and bundles of the suji will be left in the filter section. Okay, this is shiving so that you can separate big substances and small substances, heavyweight substances and lightweight substances. Next, yeah, sedimentation. Yeah, sedimentation is also a process where you will separate two different mixtures, which is lightweight and heavyweight. So, when you mix oil and water, after some time you can see the two portions will be separated, right? So this process is called sedimentation. So after sedimentation you can separate the oil and water. As oil is light in weight, it will float on the water and you can see two different layers where you can separate oil and water. This process is called sedimentation. One more example for sedimentation is you will wash rice, right? After washing the rice, if you allow it for some time to settle down, water will be flowing up and your rice will be settling down. This method is called sedimentation. After sedimentation, you will just remove the water and you will keep the rice. This process is called decantation. So what is decantation? First you will do sedimentation of a mixture and after that you will remove the lighter mixture. You will remove the lighter substance and heavier substance you will be separating it. This process is called decantation. And next one is filtration. You know the very best example of filtration, right? Tea. After preparing tea, what you will do? You will just filter the tea into a cup and you will separate the leaf part and you will put it in the waste. So filtration is something like this. You will have a strainer. You will be separating two different mixtures. You can also see filter coffee. What will happen in the filter coffee? You pour coffee powder, you pour hot water, and after allowing it for some time, all the coffee mixture is filtered out and collected in the vessel down. Right, that is called coffee decoction. And the leftover coffee powder, you will reuse it as a manure to the plant, or you will just put it in the dustbin. Right, this process is called filtration. You also use filtration for purifying your water, right? You have water filters at your home. So what it will do, it will filter your water during different mechanism. It just removes all the dust particles or dirt particles and then it will give you fresh water. So this method is called filtration. And it is not possible all the times to separate the things using all the seven methods. like hand picking method, threshing method, winnowing method, shiving method, sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. So, some of the chemical components are need to be separated using evaporation and condensation method. What is evaporation method? You will heat a substance or a mixture so that it turns into a vapor. It just becomes like a smoke and it will evaporate so that the mixture will be separated. Example, you take a glass of water and you put salt in it and mix well. Now it became a salt water, right? Now, can you directly separate the water and salt using any of the methods discussed above, like hand baking, threshing, winnowing, sedimentation, filtration, any of the methods? No. Why? Because water and salt are so much mixed that you cannot separate them. With your naked eyes, you can't even see it, right? So what you can do evaporation. You will heat up the solution, salt and water solution, to such a high temperature that water will be evaporated and you can see the lining of the salt around the vessel. There will be a white layer formed around the vessel. Right. This white layer is nothing but salt. So many times you might have seen it, but you might have ignored it. You can see in olden days what they used to do, they used to get water from the lake and they used to boil. So after 5, 10, 15 times of boiling a water in a vessel, you can see a white layer bounded on the walls of the vessel. This is nothing but the salt present in the water has just separated from the water and it got attached to the vessel. So by using evaporation method also we can separate the substances. And next is condensation. Right. Evaporation and condensation are combined process. You can only separate a mixture most of the times by evaporation plus condensation methods. Like see, we have separated salt and water by evaporation plus condensation method. Like water has been evaporated, after some time, after condensation only the salt has formed around the vessel. Condensation is nothing but reverse of evaporation. Cooling of a substance is called condensation. Heating a substance is called evaporation, which becomes smoke, and cooling of some substance is called condensation. Like similarly, now take same, take a salt solution, evaporate the solution, heat the solution, it will evaporate, and after some time when it cools down, you can see a water lining or lining here around the vessel. This lining is nothing but the salt. So most of the chemical components which cannot be separated by any of the above methods, those will be separated using evaporation and condensation methods. Hope you all like this video. If you like this video, give a like. If you think it is good to share, it is very informative, do share. And please subscribe to our channel so that you can get more videos. It will be very encouraging for us if you subscribe to our channel so that we can give you our best content. And one more request, down in the description we are sharing our Instagram account also. You can follow us there and you can ask your personal doubts there also, and you can put a request to us which video you wanted next to be uploaded, and we will be conducting weekly tests for maths and science. You can just participate in that weekly test as well. Thank you.